Hello my friends and welcome to Adventures of Deanna. Today we're talking about chapter 8 of Chasing Cupcakes, external goals and internal barriers. In this chapter she goes on to talk about the Biggest Loser contestants and how a lot of them, after they leave the ranch, go home after losing all of their weight, regain the weight. And why is that? Well, they had an external goal and they achieved that, but they had internal barriers that they didn't deal with. I know a little bit about this. I lost 80 pounds on Weight Watchers. I was able to keep it off for 5 to 7 years. Can't really remember exactly. But the whole time I was following the Weight Watchers program. Once I eliminated that crutch of counting points all the time, my weight slowly cropped up because I didn't deal with my internal barriers to change. Once I didn't have that hold on me of counting points all the time, that was whenever I had points to spend, so I could spend them on things like procrastinating, boredom eating, stress eating, fear eating, anxiety eating, all these reasons that we eat to comfort ourselves that are not related to hunger. So these were some of the barriers that I am working on changing. And she's talking about this in this book, and it's in a very logical way. It makes a lot of sense to me. So we've got this external goal, which is to lose weight, but then there's all these internal barriers, these emotional things that are weighing us down that we need to focus on. So for an example, obesity is rarely just a case of just overeating. It's also sometimes stemming from an internal issue. Security, depression, or sadness. We often use food as an escape or a distraction from our lives, from our problems, from our things that are going on. Food is often used as a way for us to avoid feeling something else. So is there something that we're avoiding feeling? We need to be asking ourselves these important questions so that we can figure out what these internal barriers are. Let me know, do you have an external goal and do you have an internal barrier that you think could be hindering your progress to get to that external goal? So when you think about your whys, we want to think about when we lose the weight, are we just going to automatically, our life is going to be miraculously improved? Is it just going to be that much better once we lose our weight? What is the key to what's going to make us happy? Is happiness truly, strictly weight related? Or are there other issues that maybe we need to address as we're losing the weight? So think about right now, what makes you unhappy? Is it breaking promises to yourself? Avoiding social situations? Maybe it is overeating, sleeping too much, sleeping not enough. What else doesn't make you unhappy? What else doesn't make you unhappy? Is it blaming other people? Another thing could be beating myself up over the past, beating myself up for a decision that I made today. Small things like this, all these things that can make you unhappy. But what's going to make you happy? So if we reverse these things, sleeping the right amount, eating the right amount, choosing good, healthy foods, eating balanced meals, eating foods that you love in a controlled way, working out, cleaning my home, meditation, journaling, gratitude. What things are going to make you happy? Not just that number on the scale, not just that perfect jean size. What else in your life needs to change in order to truly make you happy? What things are you doing or not doing? What will you have less of, or what will you have more of? So I'm going to have less anxiety about trying to fit into a plane seat, and I'm going to have more room in my plane seat. One of my whys. I'm going to be able to wear shoes more comfortably. I'm going to be able to shop in different stores. These things are going to make me happy. But what's also going to make me happy is the fact that anytime something is not going right in my life, I do not need to run to food to comfort me, because I use food as a comfort. Are you using food as a comfort? Just some things to ponder on. Another thing in the book that she talked about was smoke or fire. So you have a fire and the fire creates smoke. Is your weight the smoke or is your weight the fire is the question. So you can get rid of the smoke, but there's still going to be a fire burning, and that fire is going to create additional smoke. So in order to get rid of the smoke, we truly need to extinguish the fire, and then the smoke will dissipate. What is the smoke and what is the fire? So your smoke could just be your weight, but the fire is social anxiety, fear, depression. So think about what is the smoke and what is the fire? What's really burning here? What do we really need to solve? So once we can identify that and solve for that, then we can extinguish that fire and then we can clear the smoke. We can do this all at the same time. So that's really what the chapter is talking about, that's an example of an external goal and an internal barrier. That fire is the internal barrier and the smoke is the external goal. So let's think about how can we increase our happiness? How can we choose health? And then weight will follow. That's what chapter 8 of Chasing Cupcakes, written by Elizabeth Benton, is all about. I urge you to check out this chapter of the book because this is just a quick little summary, synopsis, my takeaway, how it applies to my life. And you might find that it applies to your life better. There might be something in there that you're like, wow, this is really cool. So I urge you to check out the book. It is, you can go buy it. You can get it on Audible, many different ways that you can check out the book. So if you're enjoying this series of Chasing Cupcakes, please give me a thumbs up. Also subscribe and turn the notification bell on so you know whenever I post future videos regarding Chasing Cupcakes. Leave me a comment down below. What's your external goal? What is your internal barrier? How are we going to solve for this? First, we have to identify. So let me know what your external goal is and let me know what you think your internal barrier just might be. So I'll see you guys in the next video for chapter 9. As always, it's going to be an adventure.